Libyan rebels. They appear to be on the brink of toppling Muammar al-Qaddafi's regime. This could be the one winning issue for President Obama. Newsday columnist Ellis Henican is here, all ready to project at least one winning issue for President Obama, right?
I love that accent, by the way. Would you say that one more time?
Muammar al-Qaddafi.
Good, right?
I just made it up.
We have to go to school on that, I think, right?
When you've got a British accent, you say any foreign name, and it sounds like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I really do not.
For some reason, that doesn't work with a Louisiana accent. I'm not sure why.
Now, I got to tell you that David Cameron, Britain's Prime Minister, jumped out in front of the cameras at around 6:30 Eastern Time this morning and got out ahead of President Obama, claiming victory in Libya and claiming the credit for getting rid of Muammar al-Qaddafi.
Well, listen, first of all, we do need to be cautious. There's some aspects of this that we don't know, including who's going to be taking over exactly. So, and this thing could dribble on a bit. However, you do have to say, Stuart, that patience has been rewarded. This took maddeningly long. We were sick of it. We wanted days, not months. But here we are, and you gotta say things are looking up there, don't you?
What do we know about the new group that will be taken over when we have spent $1 billion, probably, to put them in power?
Well, the first thing you have to say is they're not they're not that, and whatever comes next is likely to be better than that. But however, you are right to be a little concerned about that.
Yes.
We don't exactly know. They don't have much governmental infrastructure. There is still all kinds of tribal rivalries that have yet to sort themselves out, and there are any number of other forces trying to gain control. But you know what? They owe us big. NATO has been hugely helpful to them, and I think we're going to have some influence on that crowd.
Jeffrey Sachs.
Yes?
A well-known leftist economist, if I'm not mistaken.
I know Jeffrey.
He's
I
out
call
there
him
on the
leftist, really.
Yeah,
but
okay. Well, he was on a competing network over the weekend saying that, where's the leadership from President Obama? That's what he had to say. And I'm looking at the New York Times, and it says, in the race to succeed Weiner, a surprising... That's Mr. Weiner, the former congressman, the Facebook guy.
Yeah.
A surprising anger at Obama. Constituents are calling Obama a moron. Now, what's going on here?
Well,
Ellis?
listen, and I share some frustration on this.
You do?
As you know. Yeah, I mean, I wish that sometimes that the president was a little stauncher and a little clearer about this stuff, but I do have to say...
A little clearer?
Well,
like a plan, maybe?
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Like that thing, plan? I don't want to overreach or anything, but maybe?
No, guys, listen, I accept the same thing, and probably from a different direction, but, you know, sometimes I'd like him to be a little more aggressive.
Well, if we had a plan, we'd have direction.
But however, but point out this, I mean, and the Libya stuff is a good example of that. Sometimes moving in a deliberative way, gaining allies, doing it at a kind of slowish pace, does bear fruit that this, you know, instant boldness does. And even I, someone who tends toward the boldness side, I guess I have to concede that.
Your case would be well taken. Your point would be well taken under the Libya scenario, but unfortunately the economy has been struggling for years now. So it's one thing to stand back and watch how Libya unfolds. And truth is, the next 48 hours are critical. I'll give you that.
Agreed.
I'll give you that.
Agreed.
But we've blown 48 hours out the window as far as the economy goes. We're at 48 months at this point, and we need something.
Okay. So let's have that debate about what it is we want. Do we want to just cut, shrink, or do we want to say, you know what, now
spend.
Well, you know what? Sometime there is a time to reap and a time to sow, my friend. You may even remember that from another book.
I think that's Ecclesiastes, is it not?
It is.
I'm glad you recognize that. Yeah. But now maybe I mean, honestly, you know, the debts are an issue, and we do in the long term. We have to pay for what we do in this country. But you know what? Now may not be the time to slash and burn.
When is the time?
Well, we give you an easy time today, Ellis, on a Monday morning.
By the way.
It was today.
You were
wasn't it?
clearly in a good mood.